Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Wisted. Today I am finally showing you guys my 2022 holiday decor. I kind of have been leaning towards more of like an organic type of decoration versus the more traditional just like holiday decoration. I did of course throw in a little bit more of the traditional just like knickknacks that you get for holidays, just because I do still have a baby and I want to make it special for her as well. But yeah, I just have been leaning more towards like what type of decor would you have around your house during the holiday season anyway, and then try and incorporate that in as decor just to kind of create the vibe of the holidays versus like your obvious holiday decor, if that makes sense. I kept it rather simple this time. I didn't necessarily buy a bunch of new items. I didn't really go out of my way to find some new items like I did last year, except for my florals. Of course, you guys know I will go out of my way for florals any day. But a lot of the stuff that I did bring into my house, I'd either already been thinking about for like long-term decor, or I was just like randomly shopping in a store and I was like, that's cute, I'm gonna pick that up. So I'm gonna share with you guys what I did this year. I am starting to become even more of a minimalist in terms of decor, but I'm really loving it, so hopefully you guys do as well. So let's get started. In the entryway, I kept it very simple here. Of course, it is the entrance to your home, so I wanted to have some sort of like holiday decor element in here. The main showstopper, I would say, of course, are the florals. I am just a huge floral fan, if you haven't already known that, and I love to see them in people's homes. I love to see them in my home. I love to see them on Instagram pictures. I just think florals add so much to a space that makes it feel very, very elevated without having to invest in some crazy like artwork, if that makes sense. And it's very seasonal, so you can have the different seasonal type of florals. In addition, I have this Letters to Santa mailbox that I got last year at Target. I thought it was super cute, minimal, but also kind of your typical holiday decor. I also think it'd be fun once my daughter's a little bit older that we can start putting her letters to Santa actually in this box. And the last addition to this entryway, I did throw in some traditional holiday decor as well, which is these nutcrackers. They are made of wood. I actually just found them randomly when I was at Bed Bath & Beyond the other day, and I thought they were really cute. I liked the light wood tone and the muted colors on them. I thought the velvet kind of added a holiday jewel tone texture, which I thought was kind of cool, so I picked two of them up so I could layer them on my entryway table. I have been really into these paper ornaments this year. I think I've been seeing them everywhere and I think they're very cool. They have the texture, but they're more like organic because they're made from paper, which I just thought was really cool. So I again saw these at Bed Bath & Beyond and grabbed them because I thought they were just kind of a cool texture, and I didn't have time to run by West Elm, which West Elm does have some good paper ones, and I'll link those below as well in case you're interested in looking at those. But anyway, let's go into the living room. If you saw my video from last year, not too much has changed from my last video. Like I said, I didn't really do a ton of new decor shopping just because I was a little short on time this year. But I do still really love the organic feel of the garland that I ended up going with last year, and I actually had it the year before that. This garland, you guys sell it out so quickly. Every time I post about it, it is gone in like 2 seconds. And this year, they couldn't even hold stock for longer than like a day or two. I think it was out like super, super quickly. But it is an amazing garland that I found on this random website called Craft Outlet. I think I found it like 2 years ago, and I've been trying to collect more and more just to fill in certain spaces of my house. It is a faux cypress garland, and it just looks so beautiful and wispy and just kind of like draped across whatever like mantle or stairwell or whatever it is that you're putting it on. It looks, in my opinion, pretty real based on the fact that it is not real. And I don't know, I just feel like it adds an element of an organic kind of lived-in texture versus maybe the more traditional garlands that the traditional faux garlands that you see. I also think it's extremely comparable to the Crate & Barrel cypress garland at a fraction of the price. It's literally like a third, maybe even a fourth of the price of the Crate & Barrel garland. So I would say that's a huge win. I am so happy that I found this garland, but hopefully you guys don't sell it out next year because I am trying to get more pieces to elongate some of my garland that I have here currently. But either way, I will share it with you guys every year as it comes through, so hopefully they'll have more in stock next year because this they just couldn't keep stock in. So going back to the more minimal feel that I'm trying to go for this year, I have stopped doing things just to do them, and I'm starting to just decorate based on fully my preferences. What I'm trying to say is I'm fully decorating for myself now and not decorating just to decorate. And here in the living room, I have decided to go with the naked Christmas tree. I don't know, I felt some weird pressure last year to put ornaments on it, and I did think the ornaments were beautiful. I do think ornaments are beautiful in general, but there's just something so pretty about a plain tree with the lights on, and it's just so stunning. If it were my preference, I would do a real tree. So maybe one year we'll start doing real trees, but this year is not that year. I also quickly wanted to mention some new additions in the decor that I've added here. I have been really focusing on some long-term pieces for decor. I feel like when I first bought my first house, I was just trying to get pieces in, and now I'm at the phase of my life where I'm able to invest in and find long-term pieces that I want to have throughout the house and reuse in different areas as I redecorate. But I wanted to share with you guys a few things that I picked up from Finished Design Shop. Finished Design Shop is graciously sponsoring this video, so thank you, Finished Design Shop, for sponsoring today's video. If you haven't heard of Finished Design Shop, it's the world's largest online store specializing in Nordic design with over 300 brands offered. And if you've been following me for a while now, you know that I've been shopping with Finished Design Shop for quite some time. I have quite a few pieces around my house that I've ordered from them, in addition to these new pieces that I'm about to show you. They have some really beautiful, timeless, like long-term designer pieces on their website, and they do offer worldwide shipping, and it's just so convenient. I swear everything that I'm looking for sometimes doesn't ship to the US, and it's so frustrating sometimes. The Finished Design Shop does, which is so amazing. Let me show you what I've added to my space. This first item that I want to share with you guys is this And Tradition Lado coffee table. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen this before. This is one of the classic coffee tables. I'm using it here as a side table, but they do have two different sizes available, so you can have them in a small space as coffee tables. But what I really liked about this table is I think it's really minimal, and the fact that it will go with pretty much any type of decor style that you have. But it's super elevated, so it has this really, really heavy marble vase, and then the top part is just very, very streamlined, and it's really great quality, so you can tell it's gonna last a long time. The next item that I picked up was this Firm Living fireplace tool set. When I tell you, I have been looking at this tool set for years. I mean, probably longer than any of the other items that I just recently invested in. I have had this tool set in my mind for so long because I have both of our fireplaces are wood-burning fireplaces, and I couldn't find any sort of really high design tool set that, if it was going to be out and seen in your decor, that really just looked good with the rest of the minimal decor that I have going on. And this set was it. So I was so excited to finally bring this into my home. I feel like it adds just a little bit more than just your average tool set. And the last piece that I added recently is this ceramic bowl from Menu. You guys, Menu is quickly becoming one of my favorite brands. I feel like the styles that they come out with are super minimal, but it has this just added edge to it that makes it feel more interesting than just a lot of like right angles and straight lines, if that makes sense. Like there's just like something a little bit more interesting about their designs, and I feel like this ceramic bowl is an example of that. It's a beautiful, simple piece, but I feel like it can go in so many different areas of your home. You can use it in so many different ways, and I don't know, I just feel like it adds a little something to the decor that's a little bit more interesting than just a standard bowl. I don't know, I think the shape is really cool. So I will link all three of those items down below. They are having a huge Black Friday sale. It's up to 30% off. Everything that I showed you in my house today, the three items that I just showed you, are all 20% off, which I think is huge, especially if these designs are evergreen or gonna be timeless, and you can use them pretty much forever in your home. They won't go out of style. Like I said, I'll list all of that down below, including the Black Friday details, but if you have any questions, let me know. So let's get back into the holiday decor. On my coffee table, I wanted to keep it more simple than I did last year. Of course, I wanted to do florals, something with a little bit of a height, because this room is so tall and just kind of like spread out. And so I did put a taller branch set here. These I did actually buy for fall decor, because it is more of like a fall color scheme, but I feel like they work really well for the holiday decor as well, because there's some like red branches in there. I do still like the brown branches because it's, you know, the leaves outside are changing colors, and I feel like I'm just bringing that in. The Stoffnagel candle holder, that I literally bought this for this specific reason, because I thought it would look so good with all the other holiday decor. Just the chrome accents, the kind of like the sparkle that it gives off against the lighting, I think was so beautiful. I do always recommend throwing some sort of comfy, cozy, lived-in throw blanket, especially during the holidays. I have this one from CB2 that I've had for a very long time, but I think it looks really, really beautiful and really whimsical almost on the couch. I really like a tone-on-tone blanket with the couch situation. So yeah, I usually keep this on year-round, but especially during the holidays, I definitely recommend throwing in some sort of cozy, inviting, like comfortable element when you're styling your home. So I would definitely add some blankets or maybe some faux fur, something like that I think could look really beautiful. I almost forgot to mention my tree skirt. I do get asked this all the time. We just use blankets for our tree skirts. I feel like, again, it's just items that you have around your house. It doesn't look overdone. So the two ones that we have in here and the one in the other room that I'll show you are old blankets. They're like king size blankets from Restoration Hardware in this like chunky knit texture. I think the king size blanket helps cover more space and make it feel more full and filled in. All right, I think that's it. But let's move into our, I don't even know what I call this. It's like, we call it our den sometimes, we call it our family room, and then this is the living room. It's like more of our family place where we hang out with our daughter. So let's move on in there. Okay, so now we're in our den family room, more like casual room, if that makes sense. I didn't do a ton of decorating in here. Last year I tried to do the whole throw pillows being like red and green and all that, and I just really love not having those throw pillows. I'm like laughing at myself because I was trying so hard to decorate for the holidays and it just wasn't me, and I don't know why I did that. But this might change next year. I might have throw pillows next year, but this year I'm keeping my couch clean and neutral and all one color because that's what makes me happy. We have our stockings that I got last year. I'm starting to use these every year. I'm hoping for this to be like our family stockings. I have one for each of us. It's kind of a throwback to like the 90s needlepoint stocking. I say 90s, but I think needlepoint stockings have been very, very traditional for, I don't know the timeline of this, but I would assume for a very long time. So we had stockings like this when I was a kid, so I brought them back for our family as well, which I thought was really fun. Not a lot to talk about in here, but I just wanted to mention our Christmas tree. We're starting to collect kind of the mismatched sentimental ornaments for this tree. Like we had Shay pick out one last year, but we essentially want this tree to be all of the family ornaments just thrown on the tree. I don't know if you can see from here, but we are starting to have to move the ornaments up the tree because Shay keeps taking them off, and some of them are glass, so I'm scared she's gonna break them and cut herself. So I'm moving a lot of them up the tree, so there's not a lot on the bottom at this point. But it's our family tree, who cares if it doesn't look good. The same garland is in here. Like I said, I love this garland. I think it's so whimsical and beautiful. But other than that, I just threw some of our random holiday decor that we had in boxes just up on the shelves. Again, you guys know I don't really love open shelf styling, so I'm not claiming for this open shelf styling to be some magical display, but I did just throw in some stuff that we had. It's a lot of tone on tone, of course, but I had a few red in there just to throw in a little bit of a Christmas feel. There's not too much else to show you. I'll show you a few like small other things that we've done, but other than that, we don't have too much Christmas decor. So let me show you a few other things. On this table, I'm gonna start doing this like vlog style. I hope that's okay with you guys because it's like the last little bit of this video. But over here on this table in my kitchen, I did get, oh, here's the Hay rice paper lamp. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's from Finished Design Shop as well. That is the bigger size. And I want the smaller size for my daughter's nursery, but I have not gotten that and I don't know for sure if I'm going to. So funny story, well, first of all, I love poinsettias for holidays. I think that they are so nostalgic, very 90s. It reminds me of, what's that movie? Home Alone. They have them literally everywhere in Home Alone. So it just makes me feel very Christmassy. I feel like I should have moved my dog bowls and my daughter's chair, but whatever. You guys don't care. Anyway, so I went to the store yesterday to pick some up just to show you guys that I do like these. But I wanted to get 3, so I wanted a big one, a medium one, and one in the middle, like right here, because I think the rule is for decorating. It usually looks the best when you decorate in threes. But I got this mini guy and he just looked so sad in front of these ones. He was so tiny. So I moved him up here, which I think is fine because it adds, you know, a little more red on this little shelf. But what was I gonna say? So now I need a third guy to go on this table. And I just really wanted it to be filled in and feel like full. So I might get another big one, like one of these bigger ones, and move this guy kind of in the front to make it like, do you know what I mean? So we'll see, but I really like poinsettias. I think they add the holiday touch, but I know somebody's gonna come after me saying they're poisonous to dogs. It's on the table. Hobbs actually ate some of it last year and he didn't die. My dog is, I swear, a super dog, but we'll try and keep him out of it because we don't want to kill him, of course. Okay, moving over into the kitchen area. The only thing that I did holiday-wise in the kitchen area is right here. And that is, I got this wreath just from Whole Foods yesterday, and then I put in some cookies and just some holiday pretzels. I just feel like that adds a holiday feel when you decorate with what you would have during the holidays versus, you know, like the obvious decor. So yeah, I threw that in. I will say these are dangerous to have in your house because I've already had 2 of these. These are like these shortbread cookies, but they are so, so good. So I feel like I need to not restock them if they are gone. But yeah, in the kitchen, that's all we have. So take that for what you want. I didn't mention this earlier, but in the dining room, we have these massive branches that I actually put together for Friendsgiving. I'm trying to get it where you can see it because it's the light's coming in so bright now. Yeah, so I had them in for Friendsgiving and I think they're so beautiful. I think I might keep branches here year round. What I did, the branches didn't come like this with the leaves on them. I actually zip tied smaller branches. Can you see the zip tie? I zip tied smaller branches to these really, really tall branches so that I could have really, really tall branches with with leaves on them. You really can just go outside and cut some off if you have something pretty like this, but I do not, so I just bought them. And the branches themselves will last for a very long time. These leaves I'm probably gonna have to cut off, but I'll probably continue to add some more leaves to this little set because I think it looks really, really pretty like this. Not really part of the Christmas decor, but I'm gonna probably keep these here, so yeah. I think they add a little something to the dining room. And last but not least, this is our bedroom. Every bedroom in our house, we have a little wreath over the bed. I think it just adds a little bit of holiday decor without being overwhelming. We do even have one up in my daughter's nursery, which I just think is so cute. And she points at it like every night before she goes to bed, which melts my heart. It's so cute. I did find this beautiful flocked tree. I was at Hobby Lobby just getting some items for something else, another project. And I saw it. I left the store, couldn't stop thinking about it, and I went back and got it. It was one of the last ones in stock too, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be in stock by the time this video goes live. I don't think it's in stock online, but I would go check your local Hobby Lobby to see. But it just looks so whimsical. I need to fluff it up a little bit. I actually pulled it out of the door frame a little bit ago so that we could take our holiday pictures out in the main room, and I wanted this in the background. So I need to fluff it a bit, but I just think it looks really whimsical and full and just really beautiful. So I probably will keep this in our room during the holidays, but I actually bought it for Shay's room, but I think it might be too big for her room, so we'll see. Okay, you guys, so that was it for my holiday decor home tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I hope to do more YouTube videos this year, but definitely next year. I was actually thinking about doing Vlogmas this year, and I am kind of on the fence about it just because it is kind of a time commitment for me. My Vlogmas plan would be 2 weeks, very short videos every day, posted on YouTube vlog style. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. If you think I should do Vlogmas, participate this year, or regular vlogs are fine too. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And then also let me know what your favorite part of this video is, or any other decor ideas that you've had for a modern minimal Christmas. I would love to chat about that below. Send me inspo pics. This is just so fun to talk about holiday decor and decor in general with you guys. And that's about it. So I'm sure I'll talk to you guys on my next video.